for different approaches to the Constitution and to have debates about that.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that answer. So as we've been sitting through these discussions, I've heard a number of my colleagues bring up different descriptive words to describe you, and I'd just like to review a few of those right now. Respect, intellect, character, jurisprudence, clarity, demeanor, humility, dignity, independent, exceptional. I think that you are exactly what we should embrace. And as I look at future generations of men and women that might want to serve on our Supreme Court, I hope that they would espouse those attributions as well. And while we have this national stage, I would like you, Judge Barrett, to share some grains of wisdom for those future generations. What advice would you offer to those who are just now embarking on their legal career, and how should they define success and find motivation to, kind of quote, leave their best on the field, if you will, at the end of each day?
Well, I think, I loved the practice of law. Some professors go to the academy because they don't enjoy practice that much. I actually really, really enjoyed practice, and then when I went to the academy, I really enjoyed that too. I would say that, especially when you're beginning your legal career, often you're at an earlier stage in your life when you may have fewer other obligations or fewer family obligations and maybe more energy. So that it's, I guess I would just say, live life to the fullest, seize all of the opportunities you have and do your best, but at the same time, never let work crowd out all of the other precious things in your life, like friends and family and faith and exercise. I had a law professor who told first years who were very, very anxious and studying hard in exams to make sure that you gave yourself time to go take a run or go work out. I mean, I think all of those things that make up our lives apart from work, can't be shoved aside. At the same time, however, you should seize opportunities and pursue them while keeping in mind your whole person.
Yes, the whole person. Thank you. So when we sat down, Judge Barrett, I told you a little bit about my daughter, Libby, and she's studying pre-law right now. And she sent me a text this morning as we were in this room, and she said, I have to fisc an article on Judge Barrett. So we had this discussion of fisking a while back.
I don't know what
yes,
that is.
So I had to ask her what it was, and I actually Googled it to make sure I had the right definition. But fisking, the process of shredding a written argument line by line, parsing the meaning and providing counterpoints. So their instructor provided the class different articles about you, and they have to go through now and fisc the article. And she said, okay, so here's the whole text. I have to fisc an article on Judge Barrett, and honestly, what an amazing woman. So I just want to share that little bit of encouragement that while there may be others on this committee that disagree, I would share with you that there are thousands upon thousands of young women out there that see the role that you set, and I went through all of those descriptive words that my fellow members have shared through the course of these hearings, but those thousands and thousands of young women that see you as someone they can aspire to be. And I know that she is in a very diverse group of friends. They are racially different, they are religiously different, but they're all young warriors, all of these young women. But they are very excited to have you in front of us. I would say that many of her friends are not Republicans. They would affiliate more with Democrats as well, but they do see you as someone they can aspire to be. So thank you so much for setting such a great example for women of all different thought processes. And what words of encouragement would you like to share with the young women like my daughter Libby?
I think I would say to be confident, to see what she wants, to have a plan. One thing I've often told my own daughters is, that you shouldn't let life just happen to you or sweep you along. You should identify what your objectives are and identify the kind of person that you want to be, and then make deliberate decisions to make that happen. My dad used to tell us not to make a decision is to make a decision. So I would say make decisions, be confident, know what you want, and go get it.
That is fantastic. And I have 4 tenets that I live by, or pillars of success. And those 4 pillars are leadership, service, prudent risk, and gratitude. And so I would like just to give you a couple minutes. You've already spoken to a few of those. You've talked about service and what it means to serve your nation. And you actually went through prudent risk in deciding to subject your family, your friends, yourself to this process, but deciding it was for the greater good. I'd like to give you just a moment to express some gratitude as well for those that have helped you get where you are today, and share maybe how they mentored you along the way.
Sure. Well, I think, as for probably so many people, my parents are the ones who I would have to express the most gratitude for, because, they encouraged me at every step of the way. They've encouraged me and supported me and loved me and shaped me and given the values that I have. And then as I've had my own family and my own children, then they've helped me by supporting me with my children and reinforcing what they taught me. My professors in law school, we heard the other day from former Dean O'Hara, who was gracious enough to introduce me on the panel. I had so many wonderful professors when I was in law school. I had so many wonderful colleagues once I joined the faculty. When I was in practice, I had so many lawyers that I learned so much from. And then we've talked at great length about Judge Silberman and Justice Scalia, the judges for whom I worked. And so, I guess they say it takes a village to raise a child. I think it takes a village to mentor anyone into who they become as an adult. And so I'm very grateful for the whole village that I've had that's brought me to this point.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Judge Barrett.
Thank you. Senator Booker.